Welcome to FFC Top 3, a show where we, your FFC hosts, count things down from number 3 all the way down to number 1. Thank you for joining us this week. If you have a suggestion, you know where to send it. Send it to us at Twitter, Discord, email, all the places. You guys get the same information each week, but send us if you have any suggestions. And this week, we're discussing our top 3 favorite desserts, which I am kind of oddly excited to talk about. I mean, I was excited to talk about books last week, and I know a lot of people really enjoyed that, but I'm not a huge dessert person, but this one was kind of fun for me to put together. So I don't know how you guys feel about this guy.
I'm along the same lines. I don't have a huge sweet tooth, but like there are, I can easily put together a top 3. There are at least 3 things that I can consider desserts.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. Last week, I think we made Blue go first. Let's make Beard go first this week.
Beard went first last week. To be fair to Beard.
Well, Blue go first.
My number 3 is actually going to be a gelato or shaved ice, which
those are very different.
Well, yeah, they are. Like as far as like texture and stuff, yes, they are. But like to me, they're kind of the equivalent of like
icy treats.
Yeah, acceptable coldness. Treat. Yeah, coldness, mm-hmm. I guess. I definitely prefer gelato, but if that's not an option, then shaved ice is acceptable in my mind.
I haven't had a shaved ice since I was in Little League back in when I was 12. So it's been a while.
I am so sorry for your loss.
It's not bad. It's not that much big of a loss. Beard. What's your number 3?
My number 3 would have to be a Slurpee or icy of some like.
Really? Both of you.
Slurpees are. I'm actually enjoying a cream slush right now because those are amazing.
I'm boring and I like Coke ones a lot, so I get those a lot more than I probably should. They have my throat because it just feels good.
Mm-hmm. No, I know.
I just have real sensitive teeth.
That's why I like the cream slush because the ice cream cuts the slush.
That's very true.
Have you ever had a vanilla cream Dr. Pepper from Sonic?
Yes.
Well, that's good stuff, though.
I don't usually support diluting Dr. Pepper, but
that is an acceptable way to do that.
That's an acceptable way of doing that.
God, it's so
the
good.
The other thing I don't really mind about Slurpees is that it's still a lot more ice than it is soda. So I feel a lot less like awkward about drinking as many of them as I do, because I already know that they're a little better for me thanks to the fact that it's so much more water than it is soda. Anyway, yeah.
Let's go with that. Yes, let's go with that.
There's still a ton of sugar in them, but we'll just say
a little bit at least. Look, it helps. Okay, just
I mean,
this one, right?
It's desserts. It's all going to be sugar anyway, right?
Exactly. Like there's nothing else you could do about it. Granted, I don't really use this one as dessert. I use it as like kind of almost in everything. But it's a good like, I don't know, I guess you could say a snack. So it still counts. Still counts, darn it.
It's alright. Speaking of snacks, mine is kind of more of a snack-sized dessert. Because I'm not like Blue was saying, I'm not a huge sweet fan. And so I like my desserts to be like small and, except for one thing, my number 1, I will eat a full helping of whatever my number 1 is. But number 3, cupcake. Cupcake is like the perfect delivery size. And
how do you do you sandwich them, or do you eat them like a heathen?
It depends on the cupcake. If the cupcake is filled with a ganache, you can't sandwich it. Because my favorite.
If you try really hard, you can.
No, you can't without making a huge mess. My favorite cupcake I've ever had was a Bailey's ganache filled cupcake with Guinness battered, like the cupcake itself had Guinness batter, and then there was another like coffee liqueur mixed into the icing. It was an Irish car bomb cupcake is what they called it, but it wasn't the same ingredients as an Irish car bomb, but it was delicious.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting, actually.
It was so good. My friend Actually, the people who got me into playing Destiny, co-teachers of mine when I was teaching, she made them, and I may have had like 7 or 8 of them in one sitting, which is terrible for you, but it's so good. Anyway, here, I got a question for you before we move on. How do you eat your cupcake like you were asking me? Normally, I sandwich them, and I eat them one bite at a time like any other person, but how do you guys eat cupcakes?
Like a civilized person, I sandwich them. I also have a beard, so I sandwich them because it's cupcake. They're too messy if you don't do it.
Beard, what about you? How do you eat yours?
Is the cupcake tiny?
And we'll say normal sized cupcake, not the mini ones.
Okie dokie, I shove it all in my mouth.
Would you have said anything different for the mini ones? You shove 2 or 3 in the same time? Is that where?
Yes. It also depends on the cupcake, but I feel like if I said anything about the type of cupcake that I do that to, I would give away my number 1, so I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. Blue, what's your number 2?
Cheesecake. Or funnel cake. Cheesecake or funnel cake.
But they're 2 different things entirely.
Yes, but they are both my number 2, so you know what? You can just deal with it.
But they're 2 different things entirely.
Yeah.
They are.
I'm with Beard on this.
Funnel cake is like one of the things that, like, if I go to a state fair or a entertainment park of any kind, I will be the kind of a-hole that judges the entire place off their funnel cakes or lack thereof of funnel cakes, because apparently in the Midwest, funnel cakes are not held sacred like they should be.
Really?
It's a really weird thing. Like
State fair in Kansas, like
the state fair maybe, but like the entertainment parks, there's not.
Oh yeah, that's not a thing.
Like Worlds of Fun, they don't. Or it took me forever to find a funnel cake. I finally found one at like the back corner of this massive entertainment park. It was the weirdest thing. I was like, because growing up in Texas, you have funnel cakes, and they're like massive neon signs are like, "Here's our funnel cakes, come get them, please." And so when I came up here and we went to, like, one of the first times I went to the Worlds of Fun is basically the equivalent of Six Flags for those who might be like me and not know what that is. It was very weird to not have that advertisement, I guess. Like, it was really weird. But yeah, no, that and then just plain cheesecakes. Plain cheesecakes is a solid number 2 in my book. Okay. I am an odd person. I will not lie about this.
We knew that. That's fine.
I'm gonna say we don't need a podcast to tell us that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if you have spoken to me and you don't know this, I'm sorry of your inability to judge a person's character, but
that's fine. Beard, what's your singular number 2?
Yeah,
nice.
That's probably a good way to start doing these
Rude.
Things, especially with Blue hanging around here.
Oh, okay, don't even start, Mr. Runners Up.
Look, you. I can still have runners up and denote them as runners up, okay? All right. Good talk. Glad we had it. So my number 2 would be a root beer float.
That's
yeah.
Like, I don't have much else to really say. It's a root beer frickin' float. Like, come
on.
But
important question though. Important distinction. What kind of root beer do you use?
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the question. It's a really tough question because it depends on the day. I have even had sarsaparilla floats, and they are also pretty good. Sarsaparilla though and root beer are completely different in terms of how they are, but yet they're completely the same. It's really hard to say if you've never had both of them. Now, being, of course, in the Northeast, I have the benefit that state fairs are no problem for me whatsoever, and funnel cake is entirely fine, which also means that I have the benefit that I can do either Barks, A&W, or Mug without even needing to flinch about it. And that being said, I would probably... I'm a Barks fan, but in cases of root beer floats, I would probably have to go A&W. I just
It's
think
sweeter.
A&W has it just has a better overall handle on what it wants to be, I guess. I don't know. It fits the benefit of root beer a little better.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Barks is like a really, really hot day root beer for me.
Oh,
like
same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes tons of sense, actually.
Yeah, definitely. My number 2 is a kind of a fair treat. My number 2 is saltwater taffy.
That's a good one.
I go, like, if we see saltwater taffy places, I am really super tempted to buy like a pound of it and take it home.
Mm-hmm.
Estes Park is not far from where I live, and they have really, really good
amazing
saltwater taffy. So, but hot tip, if you ever go to Estes Park, there is only one place in the entire town that makes their own taffy in town. Only one place in the entire town, and it's called the Taffy Shop.
Mm-hmm.
And it has the old-fashioned pools, and it's so good.
Oh my god, I get to live at that place.
So good. And they rotate their flavors. Like, my favorite that they do, there's two that they do that are really good that are like non-traditional flavors. Like, I'm really partial to like peppermint, but they do a Texas pecan, which is very like buttery and has pieces of pecan in it. And then they also do a salted caramel saltwater taffy. And it has pieces of salt in it. And I am a sucker for anything that has like a little bit of crunch with it. Oh my god, it's so good. I may be contemplating going up to Estes Park this weekend for aspen peeping and saltwater taffy. Because it is turning fall and I'm so excited. Yes. Just a moment for that. Number 1s. Blue.
Bluebell vanilla ice cream. Homemade vanilla. No question. No debate.
You're a simple man with simple needs.
I'm done. Like, if you've ever had Bluebell ice cream, I don't think it needs much defense. I've never had any ice cream that tastes better, to be honest. And it's mostly, I mean, to be fair, I'm also like I've said multiple times already, growing up in Texas, it's kind of a staple down there. Like, you can't go anywhere without Bluebell being present.
Right. Right.
So it's just, in my opinion, it's just hands down an amazing ice cream. And I really like the homemade vanilla, just very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
I'm going to say it goes on a lot of stuff too. I'm seeing stuff like pie.
Like funnel cakes.
What? I've never put ice cream on funnel cakes. I would make the funnel cake soggy.
So good. What is
oh my gosh! Why have you? No. How long do you eat? How long does it take you to eat a funnel cake? Like,
I'm not scarfing it down super fast.
Well, you don't have to scarf it, but I mean, yeah, you put a little ice cream on a funnel cake. Oh my god, it's delicious.
Are you a real person, Green? Is there a possibility that you are not real?
No. I guess the thing that's fair to say is when I go to a fair, I don't get sweet treats. I get savory treats because I would much prefer salty things compared to sweet things. So I don't have funnel cakes very often, and so I've never tried funnel cake with ice cream.
I mean, yeah. So here's the thing: is like normally I'm right there with you, but funnel cakes are like funnel cakes are the one thing, and I almost would not even consider a funnel cake a sweet. Like, it's kind of a borderline between sweet and savory. It depends on how much, what type of batter they use, to be honest.
Right.
Because I've had really savory funnel cakes, like really kind of just mundane tasting, which is really hard. It's really weird to say that about a funnel cake, but like, and if they also, there is such a thing as too much powdered sugar. Like, I've had it before, and it's like, I'm going to need to dump this off. Like,
right.
But yeah, like, it's just, oh my god, funnel cake, and you throw just like a dollop of Bluebell ice cream on it, and it's just, because that's how with the state fair, that's sometimes how they'd make fried ice cream. deep fried ice cream. They'll put funnel cake batter around the ice cream and then deep fry that. And that oh my god.
I've had fried ice cream before. That's pretty good.
Well, no, I mean, like, this is like they make it with the funnel cake batter. Like they take the same concept as deep fried ice cream, but they use the funnel cake batter instead of just regular deep fry, like the just regular batter. And so it's just like, oh my god, it's just so good.
Beard, what's your number one?
Strawberry cheesecake.
Strawberry cheesecake. Okay. Why?
Why not?
Like a New York style, a New York style with strawberry like on it, or strawberry like actual strawberry cream cheese.
Either one.
Okay.
I am. All right. Strawberries are one of my favorite fruit. So as soon as you decide to go ahead and put strawberries on just about anything, it makes it pretty well better. Like strawberry ice cream,
strawberries on funnel cake,
strawberries on funnel cake, strawberries with. I already said ice cream. Strawberries with goodness.
Anything.
I'm missing a cut. Strawberry shakes are also pretty good. It depends, of course, on what it is, but off the top of my head, those are the few things I can think of. But cheesecake. Now, I love cheesecake to begin with. And I was just going to say, like, my top 3 favorite cheesecakes and be done with it. But I thought that was going to be a really, really freaking boring list. So that being said, I definitely have to put like strawberry cheesecake as like my number one. It is just so good. It actually goes with a lot, and partnered with some liquors even too. I think it actually works very well. If you do like a Long Island or something, it partners pretty well with it. So it's something that would also be a little bit on the sweet side to complement it.
I have I've decided I figured out why I'm so like not on board with your guys's is because I don't save room for dessert. So all of my desserts are like light or small.
I don't generally save room for dessert either. But I'm still like, you know what? I'm gonna put that in my tummy. So I put that in my
See,
tummy.
I know I'm not gonna save room for dessert, so I generally just try to have dessert before anything else.
Yeah, it's also fair because it's a lot easier to
like it's a lot easier to gauge
your actual entree than it is to go back to how everything is with the dessert, because a lot of times dessert doesn't stay. That's the problem with desserts. Like, they don't stay around for a very long time.
No.
A lot of time they unless it's like a box of cookies or something, it's not going to hold for a long period.
Yeah, and depending on the type of cookie, those will go away pretty quick too.
Well, especially when I put them in my belly.
Right. As opposed to putting them in other places. My number one.
Beard and I are like,
just like, just no.
Moving on.
Let's never.
I mean, right. Anyway.
No, we're good. We're good.
One
just move on.
We're good.
Just let it go.
Is an upside down pineapple cake.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Which also tastes good with ice cream, by the way.
Oh my god, I have had that with ice cream, and when it first comes out of the oven and you do it with ice cream, it's amazing.
I was going to say, do you make it in an oven or do you make it in a Dutch oven?
I've never tried it in a Dutch oven.
What?
Julie and I don't.
Oh, then you're missing. Like that's. Oh
when
my
it caramelizes,
gosh.
I get that, but
yeah, that's like that's when they're at the best. Those things are like. That's like, I mean, granted, you can make a lot of really good stuff in a Dutch oven, but that's one of the few things that it's like it's significantly better. Oh man,
yeah, that is definitely my favorite. That is the thing I will request for my birthday, unless we have like walnuts for some reason, and then I request baklava, which is on my also list. Baklava is my also rand or like runners up, as well as key lime pie. I jumped ahead of you guys for the runners up. You may go now.
Yeah, see, it's not my fault this time, Blue.
Blue just put his runners up in the list, so it's fine.
I just include them. See, that's how I run everything. It's like I didn't know if I was going to have time for runners up, so I just included them with the meal.
Beard?
Yeah, I had a couple good ones, and then I forgot about them. Apple pie is always a good one, though. That's definitely a good runner-up.
Here's a weird thing. Have you ever had apple pie with cheddar cheese on top?
No.
Yes,
that is
I have.
actually
it is very
really
odd.
good.
Yeah, it's odd, but it's very good.
Good.
It's like it's like eating chili with a cinnamon roll. Like, it makes absolutely no sense, but it tastes really good. I think I might have just broken beard, but
it's a Southern thing.
It is. It's totally.
These things don't make sense together.
No, they don't. But so the trick with cinnamon rolls and chili is because if you're ever in a chili tasting contest, that's the point. Is it actually will make the taste, like, for some reason, the way that the cinnamon interacts with it, it makes the taste of the chili more pronounced. Which, if you're just eating chili, is delicious.
So, in the words of Spock, it is not logical.
No. You know what else isn't logical? Okay, so you're a big fan of cheesecake, right?
Uh-huh.
Have you ever had sour cream and brown sugar and strawberries?
Julie does that.
No. I'm already not a fan of sour cream to begin with, so no.
Well, and so that's the funny thing is, it tastes like a strawberry cheesecake. I'm not joking. I am legitimately dead serious there. So it was one of the things that my wife's family actually introduced me to, and I had the same reaction as you. I was like, "You're pulling my leg." Actually, I used different words, but I was like, "I'm not eating that until I watch you eat it." And so they're like, okay, like they ate, like, and her dad, who is a really, like, picky eater, ate it. And I was like, okay, so this is slightly safe. And so I tried it and I was like, oh my God, it's delicious. It's so good.
It's like the apple pie thing. It's a weird mixture that you don't think that's going to work, but it really does.
And I'm not joking. It tastes just like a strawberry cheesecake. If you're a fan of strawberry cheesecake, I'm not joking. Go get good strawberry, good ripe strawberry. Get sour cream and put a good dosage of brown sugar on it. Oh.
Did you have any other also ones, Beard?
Can I ruin anything else for you?
That's kind of what I'm hearing as well.
No, I think I'm good. Yep, I'm good.
He's like,
about it.
All the things I hold sacred, you're not allowed to touch anymore.
Stay away from my childhood. Don't dare touch it. You cannot be like every other thing that is remaking my childhood. Just stop it.
Hey, don't worry. The last Airbender's getting a real-time TV show.
No, why did you have to bring this up? Why? No. Why did you have to remind me of this garbage? They already tried that. You know how bad it was? It was awful.
Terrible.
It was terrible. Why?
Terrible.
No.
God.
Yes. Oh, Rose has a good one. Cheesecake with jalapeno pepper jelly.
Yeah, that's also good.
Pass.
The jalapeno pepper jelly goes good on a lot of things, like cream cheese. Just straight up a box of cream cheese.
It's because, well, and that's really what cheesecake generally is just a chunk of cream cheese.
But we could talk about this for a while, I think.
It's prepped so much differently, and I don't like cream cheese. And, the consistency is different. Everything else doesn't line up. Can we just play the outro so that I shut up, please?
I can tell. I have next week's topic, and it's not food for your sake, Beard.
Thank God, because the next thing that Blue ruins for me, I might have to take a week off just for sanity's sake.
Oh, man. Yeah, next week let's do top 3 vacation locations.
Oh, Jesus, he's going to ruin those entirely for me, too. Did you know that in the water over there...
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, okay. If you talk about water, we might have problems.
We're just going to rename the show the Blue Ruins It Show.
I'm game for that.
I completely endorse this change. I am 100% entirely for it. I'm happy to be a part of this plan. This instantly sounds like Ghostbusters. Let's do it.
Well, thank you guys for joining us this week for Top 3. Remember, next week we're going to be doing vacation locations, and everybody loves a list.